These next two guests, I've been excited for this all weekend. Is everyone else excited for this panel? Let's get them on. Please welcome to the stage, Scout Taylor-Compton and Danielle Harris. Hi. I'm a dancer. If you want to dance, that's it.
I love to dance.
Oh, hello.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Have we got loads of questions for these guys? Yeah? Throw your hands up for the questions. Mr. Earnshaw with the roving mic will come and find you. I'm going to kick it off first. Let's talk about how you two met. Was that from Halloween 2007, or did you know each other before?
We're so little.
Oh my God, we're fetuses. Oh my God, look at my chubby face.
I was old already.
Oh my God, you still look
Yes.
the same.
So
You literally still
look
the
different.
same. Thank you. Improved?
Yes. All grown up now.
We
Yes.
met, the first time that we met was at the audition. Danielle already got the part, and they were testing my Lori, and so I had to go into this like small little room and do a test with you. And I remember when we were doing the scene, Danielle like literally got on top of me and she was like, yeah. I was like, what is happening? It was so great. She
Not
made me
much
feel,
has changed, you guys.
Literally nothing.
I was going to say, so you're the bad influence then?
Yes.
Literally. I've learned everything from her.
Oh, that
Everything.
explains a lot, doesn't
Everything.
it? That explains a lot. Were you cast because of your prior involvement with with Halloween?
No, I actually, the opposite. I had to sort of fight my way into the audition because Rob didn't want anybody from any of the other Halloween movies.
Which I understand.
I get it. Oh, yeah. I probably would have been like, nope. But then when I went in and he saw it and he was like, oh, shit, all right, have to cast her. So I got lucky.
Because I remember being shocked when I Googled, obviously I was about 22 when that came out, I was like, who the hell are these? And I Googled you and I was like, no way. What was the response for that for you?
It was great. I mean, I think people were happy that I sort of came back because there was not much closure with Jamie because I didn't come back for Halloween 6. So I think that sort of started it. And you know, what's funny is I hadn't done a horror movie other than Urban Legend since Halloween 5. So it was my first time back in the genre in 20 years. So it was nice to be back.
Yes.
Wow, it took you 20 years?
20
oh my God,
years.
I didn't know that.
I didn't do any.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And now you are like,
That's it.
Now she's like, just this.
Now I'm in.
I don't want anything else. First question, hello.
Hello. So my question's for Scout. Hi. Obviously, you completely made the role your own, and you did an absolutely incredible job playing Laurie.
Oh, thank you.
But did you feel like you had some big shoes to fill, obviously, with Jamie?
Yes. You know, I was a big fan of Halloween. And obviously I knew who Jamie Lee Curtis was. I was like a massive fan of her. And you know, when I was so excited when I booked the role, my uncle used to scare me with the mask, with the Michael Myers mask all the time. So I was really, really excited. And I had no idea the love and the fandom behind the Halloween franchise, just horror in general, until my name got announced. And once my name got announced, I started being compared to Jamie Lee, and it wasn't so nice. And it was like before anybody had seen anything that I had done. And I remember the first day when I arrived on set, I was so nervous because after reading all of that stuff, and I was 17 years old, after reading all of those, you know, the hate comments or whatever, and Rob knew it too, and Rob gave me the most amazing pep talk ever. And he was like, it's different. It's a different time. It's a different Laurie Strode. This is your Laurie. You can't compare yourself. They're two completely different characters. But yeah, it was so stressful, and it was also a blessing. I love Laurie. I love her so much. She means so much to me. And I'm just so honored that I am able to play Laurie Strode alongside Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, she killed it in those movies. So I'm just glad to share that. Oh, thank you. I love you. You're so cute. Thank you. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. God damn it.
I'm gonna sort of spin that into talking about Rob, because every year, obviously, when people are saying get guests, Rob Zombie's name is like, get Rob Zombie, and I'm like, Rob Zombie's a rock star.
If you can get Rob, you're like on cloud 9 over there.
We can't even get him for our
Yeah, we
podcast,
can't even
man.
That's what I was
him.
gonna
We're
say.
trying.
How is it? How's your relationship with him? Do you still in touch?
I'm sharing memes with Rob right now. Have you guys been seeing the memes that Rob's been posting on his Instagram about Halloween?
Oh, yes. They're so good.
So I sent him a couple of memes and he shared it on his story. That's kind of how our relationship works. But we're trying to get him on the podcast.
We're going to get him.
We're gonna
I
get
have
him.
to fly
He
and
said
corner
yes.
him.
Yeah.
But it's just about when.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he does have his little circle of,
Yes.
like the Rob Zombie repertory company, isn't it, really? He has his players and he brings them in. Like, we had Richard Brake with us last year. He's a cool guy. And he was saying the same thing. It's like Rob has
His people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that imbued into your Halloween. Obviously, it was very much Rob Zombie's Halloween.
yeah, for
It was
sure.
like that dirty, grungy, Myers family, hillbilly type of...
You know, Rob knows how to pick genuine people.
Yeah.
You know, genuine actors. Like, he really knows how to pick them. And when he knows and he's like sets his mind on who he wants, he won't go, you know, he'll go to lengths to make sure that person. I mean, the studio didn't want me. And I had to go in like 7 or 8 times because he wouldn't let it go. He's like, she has got to play Lori. So he's very dedicated to the actors that
For
he
sure.
likes.
Yep.
And, where are we? We got another... Oh, no, sorry. No, we're all good. So, in regards to Rob, then, were you familiar with him before?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Devil's Rejects was like one of my favorite... It's still one of my favorite movies.
It's so brutal.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, I always said when the movie was being made, like, if you like Rob Zombie, you're going to love the remake.
Yeah.
If you don't like Rob Zombie's style, you're probably not going to love it.
And it made a hell of a lot of money at the time, too,
It
didn't
did.
it?
It did.
A lot of people like... And there's a lot of love coming back for it now. Does everyone here like Rob Zombie's Halloween? Did everybody like it when it first came out, or was it a grower? Like, for me...
Everyone likes it more now after this last one.
I was going to say that. I feel it's like people are looking back and going, Busta Rhymes, not so bad. Rob Zombie, he's, you know...
Busta Rhymes is so bad.
Trick or treat. Yeah.
It's so bad.
I will go and see anything in the theaters. Halloween Resurrection. At the time I didn't see it, and someone said, "Oh, I watched Halloween Resurrection. How was it?" I was like, "How was it?" And they were just like, "Don't, don't even."
I wanted a bloodbath. I
Yeah.
wanted a battle. I wanted like a fucking like powerful battle between Laurie and Michael. And I just feel like it wasn't the Laurie and Michael send-off that we all deserve.
We're talking Halloween Ends.
Halloween
Yes.
Ends,
Right.
yeah.
Has everybody seen Halloween Ends?
Okay.
Has anyone not seen Halloween Ends?
Oh,
Tough.
go see it. Go see it. Everybody go see it.
Get out, support horror in the theaters, but also tough shit if we spoil it.
Yeah.
That ending has divided a lot of people, and the whole plot of the film has divided a lot of people.
Yeah.
You guys had your take,
Yeah.
and things went interesting.
Yeah.
How are you doing this week?
Good. We're
We're
doing. Oh my
good.
God! Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? We're doing great.
Yeah.
We're doing wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, each and every one of you that come up to the table. I mean, you guys. I'm not gonna cry. You guys are. It's
So
like it's
nice.
back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, like you guys give us so much,
Yeah.
and we appreciate it, and we love each and every one of you. We that's why we love to do this.
There is so much love for you guys. Like, I swear to God, like everybody here, yeah? The queue for the bloody photo ops yesterday, I
Where I
walked
was
past.
slipping and sliding.
I walked up past the queue to go in to see us. Everyone in the queue was like, yeah. I walked in the door and I just seen you, you're putting cardboard on the
Blood.
floor, and you were like this with the blood, and I'm like, I've got a 75 quid t-shirt, I am getting the fuck out of here. And I just saw everyone so happy, covered in blood.
Oh, it's so fun.
It is.
So your friendship was born from the film?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
I tell this story all the time. It took her so long. I wanted to be her friend so bad. I wanted to be her friend so fucking bad. You know when you meet someone, you're like, you better like me right now. You gotta like me. I'm gonna be in your circle. But there was an age gap.
Yeah.
I was a baby. So and
Yeah.
she was like, okay, bye. Shoo. Go to your playground. But then
Well, she would just turn 18, and I was 30.
she was partying.
So
I couldn't party yet.
I was totally partying.
Oh my God, she invited me over, I thought, for a sleepover. I was like, oh my God, we having a
I
sleepover.
thought you just needed a place to crash.
No, I wanted to have a sleepover with you. I wanted to hang out with you.
I didn't know. I just thought
She
you
left
were.
me. She left me in her house alone. I was like, where are you going? She's like, it's to go see a boy. I was like, okay, bye. But then but that's what makes this connection so amazing, you
And
know?
the dynamic between the two of you, because obviously you are sunshine and rainbows.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
God.
you're a little bit less sunshine and rainbows. And you just play off each other so well.
Yeah, she grounds me, man. She really does. I've learned so much from this woman.
Uh-oh.
She's a powerhouse, an icon,
Aw, you
and I've looked up to her since the day I met her. So it's just so amazing that we
I'm
just have a
guiding.
friendship.
I'm guiding the light.
You're like down to earth, keeping it real,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
are like,
I
Yes,
know.
yes.
Yeah, she's gonna make sure I don't end up in jail. Is what's gonna happen.
If you do, I will be with you. I'm
She'll
sure.
bail me out.
can I just
Guarantee it.
share something? The other day we were in the hotel, you guys literally just landed off the plane. You were like, hey, okay, how's it going? I'm just gonna go to my room. You walked in
Yeah.
and literally went, I am not joking, the doors open. You walked in and went, hey, bitches! I turned, I was like, does she mean me? Am I bitches?
She's talking to this bitch here.
It was because I was by myself on a plane for 13 hours and I
Yeah.
saw my people. I was like, yeah, my bitches. I was like, this is great.
And you've been okay. So you've landed. You're all enjoying Manchester. Have you-
Yes, yeah, it's
Oh my
been
God,
lovely.
we're having such a good time.
It's been great. I'm so glad I finally got over here, you guys. It's
Yeah.
been a long time. I haven't been here in 10 years, so
Wow.
it's been a long time coming.
And this,
Yeah.
Tony Earnshaw.
Hi guys, you alright?
Good.
I just wanted to say, I mean, I don't know whether it's because of the mixed reaction of the new trilogy or what, but one of my favourite films in the whole franchise is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I think it's a real underappreciated, awesome slasher. And it's so awesome to see it's finally getting so much love now these days, and it's getting a real cult following and a cult
Yeah.
fan base. It's awesome. I mean, the scene between when Brad Dourif finds Annie is
it's
ridiculous,
awful.
and the chemistry between you guys, and it's just unreal. So I was just wondering, do you guys have a favourite memory or moment from Halloween 2 and the filming of that movie?
You know, Brad, right before Brad did his coverage of finding Annie dead, I had said to him, "Do you want to see me the way I look?" Because he didn't want to see what I looked like. So he actually had never seen the way Laurie found Annie until he saw the movie. Because we had such a great relationship that it was almost too much for him to see that. And I'm glad, because seeing it on film is pretty traumatic. I don't know what he would have felt like if he would have seen that in person. God, do we have crazy stories? I mean, for me, Halloween 2, so in the original script, the way Laurie, I don't know if you remember this, the way Laurie finds Annie is there's blood dripping. Remember, there's blood dripping from the ceiling when you walked in? So Maya and...
Very Freddy Krueger
Yes.
of them.
So Maya and Laurie come home from partying, and there's blood dripping from the ceiling onto them, and they're like, what the fuck? And go upstairs. And I was supposed to be in the bathtub with the
right.
water, and but my face was out, and I was like hanging on for my life. But I was all bloody and everything. And then she was supposed to take me out of the bathtub, and then have our scene. And there was also never a scene with Annie and Michael Myers. So I had a conversation with Rob before we shot and said, I think you're gonna really fuck yourself if you kill me and I'm the only one that doesn't die by Michael Myers on film. So we need something, we have to have something. So, and also, Rob, I think it's really stupid that I'm in the bathtub. Like I would because then I can't be naked because you can't get me out of the bathtub with, then you'll see everything. So he's like, well,
What
are
do you mean?
okay? Well,
Yeah, that would have been a lot.
Yeah, it would have been a lot. So I just said, I'll be naked, but just cover me in blood. Like it has to be horrific. And then we added that scene with Michael and Annie where Rob just said to Tyler and I'm just gonna put 3 cameras here and just roll. And you guys just fucking beat each other up.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, let's do it. And Tyler's always like, oh, God, because I'm fast. So he's like, oh, I got the knife and I got the mask and I got to throw shit and grab you and you're out the fucking door before I have a chance to grab your ass. So that was really, really interesting. So we kind of switched it up, which is what's so great about Rob, too, is he's down. Like, he's like, cool, if that's what you want to do, like, let's do it. There's no like, well, I was thinking this. Like he's super, super open to you making changes that are for the better, which is great. So that scene was different. I'm glad. And then Rob called me when he was editing and he was like, do you have any old movies of yourself when you were a kid? I was like what? He's like, home movies. I thought, oh shit. So I called my grandma and I said, do you have any old tapes of me when I was a kid? And she's like, I've got some, I'll send them to you. So she sent them to me. I didn't have time to watch them and I just sent them to Rob. And I said, here's some old homemade movies. I don't know what is on there and I'm mortified that you're digging through this stuff right now. And then he found that little scene and put that into the director's cut, which I thought made kind of a big difference.
It made me cry when I watched it.
It's sad, man.
I think that whole scene was so hard for me, and I've never had a hard time. I mean, we do these movies a lot, and we're very similar. We go in, we go out. We go in, we go out.
Yeah.
It's super similar, and that was the only time when I've ever filmed a movie where I couldn't break it, and I was hyperventilating, and I had to leave set because I was so upset. And I think it was the connection that her and I had. And it was like...
Could you imagine doing that now?
Oh, no. Oh, fuck, bitch. I wouldn't be able to do it. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. Snot would be coming out. I'd be like, ah. I'd be a mess. It was so difficult. But Tyler got me out of it really, really fast. He always would crack jokes and, like, get me out of, feeling sad and all that stuff. But it was such a crazy experience to share with somebody that you care about so much.
Hello.
Hello, question for Danielle.
Where are you?
I think she's right there.
There you go.
You very, very beautifully stepped into the shoes of Mary Beth. If we are blessed with Hatchet 5, should Adam get the wheels going and get it going, do you have a dream way of dispatching Victor Crowley next time?
Oh.
There will be a next time, just...
Yes. Well, I know. I have heard that he has ideas for 2 more. And there's only a few of us left. God, I couldn't, Adam is so great with thinking up the craziest ways to kill people. I could never even imagine what that's gonna look like. I don't know if he would kill him, because he wants to keep that open to forever, probably. God, how would I kill him? I don't even know.
Maybe you could take some notes from Terrifier.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. I can't wait to get back in the swamps. Mary Beth is one of my favorite characters to play. She's probably the most like me, personality-wise, so minus the accent, of course. So I can't wait to get back in the swamps. And Kane's getting old, so it won't take much to beat his ass soon enough, so we better get in there quickly.
Kane can hear you.
Before we go to the next question, while we're talking about Danielle Harris movies, I was watching The Last Boy Scout recently.
Yes.
I had no idea that was you. Big Shane Black fan.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's
I'm
amazing.
sorry, Wish Upon a Star. That's my favorite.
I don't know if anyone here knows
That's
that
my
movie.
favorite.
Next question at the back. Hello.
Hi,
Raise your hand. There
it's
you are.
me. Hi, how are you? I was wanting to say thank you for coming over as well, and I was wanting to say about the Talk Scary podcast, how amazing it is. And and did you realise that when you were doing when you did this Talk Scary podcast, you will get a massive following. I mean, when it goes up, it's like meeting friends, and it's like therapy. So thank you so much for doing the most amazing podcast.
Oh my God, thank you for listening. Thank you.
I don't think that, so we don't plan much. We just kind of go into it.
We try to plan.
We try and it never
and
works
then it
out.
goes woo, in
So we just kind of hang out with one another and see what happens. And that's kind of the idea behind it, is like being a fly on the wall of just friends having a conversation.
And every time we get into a room with one another, people are like fucking cracking up. Because we're just having such a good time,
Yeah, and I
the
think
shit
you
that comes
vibe
out of
that.
our mouths, I swear to God.
But I called her, I think it was after like the second or third episode, before we were gonna air it. And I was having a little bit of a freak out that maybe it shouldn't be on Spotify and Apple, that maybe it should just be on Patreon, because I was worried sharing so much, how it would be received. And it's a tricky time right now that we live in, and I just didn't want to say the wrong thing, make the wrong move. And then, Scout was like, fuck it. Who cares? You're good. We're good.
Well, I think that's why it's so great, because we are being so truthful and we are being so honest. And I think that that's what needs to happen more.
Yeah, for sure. And your reception of it, the fact that people have commented so much at shows like, this got me through this, or this gets me through that, or I related to this. And because of our age difference, we tap into both sides. Like, people my age are like, oh, I remember when I was going through that with Scout. And then there's me that are like, oh, I'm in that place now, whether it be, my situations with having problems having kids, or our sex and love addictions, or, just our crazy, sexcapades or escapades, and then the behind the scenes stories. And, because I always felt like when we were doing interviews, we were getting asked the same questions because people were afraid to ask things outside of the box. And we wanted to talk about different things because it's just more fun. So this is a way for us to do that, and to have our friends on that are in the genre, and allow you guys to get to know them for who they really are, which is way more fun. I mean, I would much rather know, like, if James Jude Courtney has been in the Mile High Club versus what it was like to play Michael Myers. You know what I mean? I don't know. They can read that somewhere else. But no one's gonna ask him that except for us. So I really enjoyed.
I feel like you've given me inspiration to change my onstage Q&As now.
Yes, play Never Have I Ever. That's always a fun game. Hey guys, have you guys ever played Never Have I Ever?
Oh, let's just do one.
Okay, so Never Have I Ever, for those of you who haven't played, if you haven't done it, then you do nothing. If you have done it, you take a sip of your drink.
I got you a bottle of water each.
Oh, thank you.
So, Scout, into the mic.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm sorry for all the children that are under 18 that are here right now.
Just raise your hand.
Just raise your hands. So I'm gonna say, never have I ever had sex with someone who was wearing a Michael Myers mask.
Oh my gosh!
Yes! Okay. See?
I know those two as well.
Now we're
Now
all
you know
family.
a lot more about them.
Now we're all family.
Let's do another one. Have we got another one?
During. Okay, Scout, one more. Go.
Okay.
I tried to join the Mile High Club on the flight out here, and those bathrooms smell too bad. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I tried.
Never have I ever had a threesome. Okay. Oh, look at the hands that are like this.
They're
like
looking
this.
at their husbands and
There it
wives
was.
right now.
I know them as well.
Cover
And then
your
there's
eyes.
one that's like...
Amazing.
So anyway, this is a little peek into our podcast for those of you that haven't listened.
I do feel like everyone in the room is now going to go and subscribe. Are you all going to... Have they got a lot of new followers now?
Talk scary to me, guys. Talk scary to me.
Never have I ever lost Tony Earnshaw in the crowd. Hello.
I feel I should change my question to something more explicit now, because it's going to seem really boring.
Just take your top off, it's fine.
first, I just want to thank you both for this film, because this was actually the first Halloween film I ever saw, so thank you for turning me on to the whole franchise. It's now my favourite horror franchise.
It is the best.
I want to ask Danielle about filming 4 and 5, because after the original, Halloween 4 is my favourite in the whole series.
Thank you.
Mine too.
Followed by Halloween 2007,
Yes.
of course. I just wanted to, what was it like filming it at such a young age? I mean, I read recently about The Shining, that the boy who played Danny was so guarded from it, he didn't even realise it was a horror film until years later.
Right.
And Halloween 4 is so brutal. What was that like for you?
It really fucked me up. No, I'm just kidding.
She's
totally
not okay.
normal.
Do you
I'm totally
see?
fine.
She's scarred.
You know, it was so fun. I mean, I obviously had no idea what Halloween was, and the following and the you know, I didn't really know anything. I think I maybe saw a little bit of the original after I had been cast, and I didn't really need to. It was a really awesome. I mean, listen, we're still here. How many years later talking about it? Like, it's crazy to me. Only really when I look back and watch them, I'm shocked at how much. We actually did, you know, how much, especially Halloween 5. Like, I did some pretty crazy stuff in that movie, and Donald was pretty crazy with me, like using Jamie as a shield, and I mean, it was fucked up. But I didn't know that doing it, you know, and like running in front of moving cars and the laundry chute stuff, and they were like stabbing through those. It was an air conditioning vent thing, so they were stabbing through that with real knives. And I wasn't like harnessed or anything. I was just sort of wedged in there, like hoping that Don Shanks, you know, our Michael Myers would not stab me. So, but I had so much fun. I mean, it was an awesome experience. Everybody was lovely and treated me like a little star, and I just had a great time. So, and I'm happy to be part of this community for sure.
We got a question at the back.
Hello, this one's for... Oh, sorry. This question's for Scout and Danielle. Of the 2 Halloween films you've been in, if you had to pick one scene from both of them, which one would you say was your favourite one to be a part of?
Oh, man. You know, I really loved the first one because I love Dag. I thought Dag was so brilliant, and I love the behind, you know, how Michael became the way he was. I love that. But I feel like the second one was way more fun to shoot. It was hell shooting that movie. There was a lot of stuff going on, but there was just so much grit to Laurie, and there was so much for her, and all the relationships were a little bit more challenged, which was a lot more fun for me, I feel. But I feel like the first one is my favorite, obviously. But the second one, I think I enjoyed filming more, just because there was more for Laurie to.
And you're probably more comfortable too.
Yeah.
Been established. I think for me, my favorite scene to film would be a scene from the first one, was when Annie almost gets out of the house.
Yeah.
And that actually was on accident. Again, I said to Tyler, like, you might want to put some pads on, because we're gonna fight. And he kind of chuckled and laughed, and I was like, no, I'm the sheriff's daughter. Like, I'm gonna beat your ass. If you grab me, you better come get me. So we did the scene, and then my character in the script was supposed to run into the kitchen and have that standoff with him in the kitchen where I get slapped, and then he's supposed to pick me up and put me over his shoulder, take me to the dining room table and stab me on the dining room table, the same way that he stabs Maya in Halloween 2. But what happened was, as I was shooting and running to the kitchen, I passed by the front door and just thought, why would I run by the front door and go in the kitchen and grab a steak knife? Like, I'm just gonna go out the front door. And I did that, and then Tyler grabbed me right after I got out on the porch, and Rob was like, yeah, that's amazing, fucking awesome, put a camera outside, and we ended up shooting it that way. And then we went in, and then he tried to pick me up and put me over his shoulder, and he couldn't actually physically get me, so he started just dragging me out of the kitchen. And then that's what ended up becoming the movie. And I remember seeing it in making the trailer, and I was sitting in the theater watching another movie, and it was in the trailer, and me going out the door, and then there's that moment of silence, you know, right before they come back in and we're screaming, and I just got goosebumps.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
my
"Fuck
favorite
yeah,
part. That's my
that's
favorite
so-
part in the first one.
So
Literally.
good, because nobody ever goes out the front door. They're
Why
so
don't they
dumb.
ever go out the front door?
They go upstairs, like the fucking door's right there. So, you know, we don't ever want to be like those dumb girls that make the wrong decision, which I think comes across in all of our movies, hopefully.
Yeah, I think also too in the first one, there was so many times that I almost died, or I almost killed someone. So I was a learning curve for me.
You know, she stabbed Tyler.
I did stab him.
She didn't know she had a real knife,
Nobody
right?
told me. It was my first horror movie, and no one said, hey, there's retractable knives, there's real knives. Nobody told me that they switched out the knife, the fake one, to the real one. I think it's an important thing to tell the actor, right?
Knife safety.
Yeah.
And then Tyler almost yanked me off of like a 20-foot drop. So we almost killed each other on that movie. It's thank the Lord that we survived. I don't know how we did, but we did.
Tony.
We've got just a few minutes left. I've
Oh,
got one
no.
question here. So if there are any final questions for our guests, we need to get them in the next few minutes.
There's someone behind you, Tony. As well.
We'll talk
Not in a
fast.
scary way.
Hi. So, with Rob Zombie films like House of a Thousand Corpses, Halloween 2007, 31, every time I watch them, personally, I feel like I need 100 showers after it. Because it just makes me feel so dirty just watching it. But filming Halloween 2007 and Halloween, the second one, how did you feel after it? Did you feel like you needed like so many showers because it's just such a dirty feeling film?
We are always covered in blood,
Yeah.
so we always need showers. We're always in the dirt, in the blood, just sweating or freezing or
It
something
felt like
gross.
just another day, but
Yeah.
just with the cooler person, you know?
Pretty much, exactly.
The only time that ever hit me was at the premiere for the first one, and after the first kill with Daryl and the branch, I remember turning to my grandma, who was 70 at the time, and I was like, I am so sorry that you are here.
You know, my grandma was with me too.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God, did you not look to your grandma and go mortified?
It was
you
more
should
my
leave.
sex scene.
Oh, your sex.
I was like,
yeah.
oh.
Oh no, Grandma, look at that.
God. I remember afterwards, my grandma,
grandma
was
was
like,
like-
oh, Danielle. I was like, I know.
Before we go to the last question, can we just take a minute to just acknowledge that guy said, when I watch a Rob Zombie movie, I feel so dirty.
I
We're gonna
think
quote
that's the
you.
point, right?
Yeah.
That's the dude with the Michael Myers mask as well.
Yeah, yes.
It all makes sense. Tony, hello.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, Freddy Krueger. I love it.
Wait,
Hi. First of all, just want to say I absolutely love your podcast. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And my question is for Scout. So because Danielle said we might be getting another Hatchet film, do you want to be in the next Hatchet film?
She's dying to be.
I better be in the next Hatchet film.
If I can make that happen, I will. I
You
promise.
better make that happen.
I will.
I don't know.
We
how
need
many-
to do
How
something
many
together.
times have I brought it up?
I know, a lot. I know.
We need to do. The fact that we haven't done more movies together is just insane to me. We might just write one.
We need to just write
Okay.
one and just do it.
What do you guys want to see?
I'll write it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is all we've got time for, guys. But before we let them go, we're going to take some rock star pics from the
Yes.
stage.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my God, I gotta get a video of everybody. Everybody make some noise.
Guys, get on your feet and scream if you can. We're going to take some rock star photos. Let's go.